Hello and welcome back. Finally, for today, we'll be hearing from SimPRO, a global software as a service business providing operations management solutions to trade and specialty contracting industries. With 150,000 users in Australia, New Zealand, the US, and the UK, SimPRO's verticals include security professionals, plumbers, electricians, HVAC, solar, and data networking. SimPRO's cloud-based software is an end-to-end operations solution that streamlines field workflows to maximize workforces and enable business growth. In just a moment, I'll be here to put your questions to Business Development Manager at SimPRO, Stephen Craik. But first, let's watch a demo.
Hi everyone, and welcome to today's webinar by SimPRO on how to strengthen and enhance your field service business with job management software. I'm Stephen Craik, one of the business development managers here at SimPRO. I work with field service businesses every day to understand their challenges and help streamline their business with SimPRO. With that said, let's jump into today's presentation. So SimPRO has been around a little shy of 20 years now. We started off the back of an electrical contractor, a guy called Steve Bradshaw, who wanted a tool to better manage his field service business. We've now got 7,000 plus businesses running on SimPRO, over 150,000 users globally. We've got over 400 staff globally, with 5 offices in the UK, Australia, New Zealand, and the US. SimPRO is a complete solution for your field service business, providing workflow solutions for service, maintenance, and projects. SimPRO helps businesses streamline all workflows and takes the juggling act out of field service management. The cloud-based solution enables real-time communication between the office and the field, automates time-consuming tasks, enhances customer experience, and provides the support to enhance growth potential. So from initial customer contact to the final invoicing and payment, SimPRO provides solutions for each part of your business. So at SimPRO, we love to work with a wide range of businesses and want to work with them to optimize their processes, increase productivity, and enhance efficiency. So on the screen, you'll see a list of those businesses that are our ideal business type. It is important to know that we work specifically with field service industry professionals because SimPRO is designed with workflows relevant to their industries. This means that our clients are going to get a solution that's tailored to meet the needs of a field service business. The official definition of field service management software is the capacity to help plan, organize, and manage resource tools and develop resource estimates. But job management software is far more than just a definition. It's a way to help you manage and ultimately grow your business. No matter what type of work that you carry out, whether it's project-based, service work, or maintenance and assets. Job management software will help you work more efficiently by simplifying the way that jobs are tracked right from the initial inquiry to completion, give you a full 360 picture of your financials, help manage the workload of your team both in the office and the field, give you an abundance of time back to focus on what's important, and avoid duplicating tasks and processes by reducing double data entry. So let's now take a look at SimPRO in action. So if my responsibility within the business is all around jobs and people, when I log into SimPRO, the first screen that I'm going to be greeted with is my service dashboard. This is going to show me live what my engineers are doing today. And SimPRO is a solution which is driven by status codes and dates. So I can see live whether somebody has completed a job or whether they're currently scheduled to a job live from the dashboard. Equally, I will have a visual for today as to where today's jobs are and where my engineers are as well. I've also got my reminders on the dashboard as well. Think of these as virtual sticky notes or to-do lists. What have I got to do today? Who have I got to call? What actions am I responsible for? We also have the announcements as well. So this is the only way that SimPRO communicates with our clients directly through the software. So we do a release on SimPRO every 2 to 3 weeks. We have over 100 developers that work on SimPRO, and majority of this development work is based off customer feedback. So all of our customers have access to the ideas portal. They can log an idea, gets pushed out to the wider SimPRO community, and if there's enough appetite, that will get considered for one of the future releases that SimPRO pushes out. And we also have our alerts. This is looking at all of the different workflows or areas within your business, and it's when SimPRO recognizes that a trigger has been hit, it's wanting you to do something or action something so you don't drop the ball on that, whether it's around your invoices or managing your stock or managing your estimates. If my responsibility within the business is all around accounts and finance, then I may be greeted with my accounts dashboard when I log in. This is going to high level show me my aged receivables, a list of invoices that are currently overdue, and SimPRO will handle a huge array of different invoices, right from your deposits to your progress claims to your applications. We can also send statements, and we can automate reminders going out to your clients as well. If I'm a project manager within the business, I may be greeted with the projects dashboard. This is going to show me real time how our projects and jobs are tracking within the system. We can see what our job totals are, what's been invoiced to date, and our cost to date. And a lot of businesses that are running SimPRO can manage projects that are handled within a day, so small install work, right up to multi-million-pound projects that they're running over months or potentially years. And lastly, we've got our sales dashboard. So if I'm the managing director within the business and I want to look at revenue across all of the different disciplines of work that we do or cost centers, then we can get insights from that from the sales dashboard and marry that up with a sales target that we set against that in the system as well. So as you can see, I can dance between these 4 dashboards and get a full 360 picture across the business, right from operations to sales. It's also important to note that SimPRO has a multi-company functionality as well. So if you're a business that has different arms to it, such as an electrical division versus a plumbing division, you may have those set up in separate multi-company environments or a franchise model. The main backbone of SimPRO though is across on this blue bar here on the left-hand side. So we will manage a full database of all of your key people, and that's right through from your customers and sites all the way down to your employees and your contractors. We are also a full lead engine as well within the system. So we can capture and log inquiries on the system. Those inquiries may have forecasts, follow-up activities. We may have notes and attachments which are stored centrally against that, so we can track how those leads are processing within the system. We're also a full estimating engine as well. So we can handle smaller service quotes or bigger project quotes where we need to break that down into multiple sections or multiple stages. And we're obviously job management software as well. So managing all of your jobs right from its initial pending stage to completion. We have 4 flavors of jobs within SimPRO. We've got our service jobs, so do and charge, log, schedule, dispatch, potentially invoice. Our project jobs, prepaid jobs for any customers that may be under a contract, and then our recurring jobs as well for any maintenance work that we need to push through SimPRO. We are all about connecting your office to your field staff, so full scheduling capabilities within the system. We have a suite of mobile applications for your engineers who can complete anything from risk assessments, capturing photographs, accessing attachments, adding materials, adding their time and customer signatures, to real-time push that information straight back to the office. And as a byproduct of that, we can do things like pull timesheet reports from SimPRO as well. We are all about managing inventory and managing materials within SimPRO, so we can house all of your stock and monitor minimum stock levels and restock levels. We can manage and maintain all of your catalogs and your kits and takeoff templates within the system, and the ability to raise purchase orders and supplier quotes directly to your suppliers. And the final piece of the puzzle, invoicing. So we connect to some of the leading accounting platforms, Sage, QuickBooks and Xero. So we will do the heavy lifting, we will invoice those jobs, and we will push that across to your accounts platform to avoid all of the double entry and duplicating of work. Like I mentioned, that can be your progress claims, your applications, deposit invoices. We'll also handle your retentions and also your contractor invoices as well, including CIS. And then lastly are our tasks. These are delegating responsibilities or actions out to people in your team, whether they're office-based or out in the field. So as you can see, we are managing everything from inquiry right through to invoice. And one of the powerful things that businesses get off the bat of having all of that workflow handled within SimPRO is the reporting. So we have a standard over 50 reports which are in SimPRO, right from looking at things like our work in progress reports to our stock reports, productivity, and our aged receivables. However, we've also got business intelligence reporting as well. So if one of these reports doesn't give you the insights that you require, business intelligence reporting will allow you to create your own bespoke dashboards and reports to report on any key data that you want. One of the key things about coming on board with SimPRO is the support that all businesses get in the background. So we have support which is based in the UK for telephone support, and we've also got a global support team behind that as well. So we have 24-hour chat available, as well as email support. And we want businesses to be self-sufficient on SimPRO as well. So all businesses will have access to our learning toolbox, where you can access a plethora of different courses that you and your team can complete at any point to upskill or learn a new area of SimPRO. We've also invested heavily in our help guide, where you can get step-by-step instructions on different areas of the system and a bunch of videos that you can watch as well. And one of my favorite things is the walk me throughs within SimPRO as well. This will basically give me a step-by-step guide as to how to complete an action within SimPRO. When we work with any new business, the key thing that we want to do is work with them to understand their workflows and understand their business and their challenges. So anybody that comes on board, we will take them through a full implementation, right from discovery stage to configuration, right through to user training and go live, so that businesses can be up and running with SimPRO very quickly, but also confident in using the system across your wider business. So in summary, here's what we've learned today. You can increase efficiency in organization by managing various workflows and jobs from one platform. Helps you see exactly what's happening in your business and where all of your field staff are at any given time. Focuses your attention on making decisions for your business, allowing your staff to feel empowered and work in the business for you. Helps you to understand where your business is profitable and where you can adjust to be more efficient by utilizing reports like BI reporting in SimPRO. And finally, field mobility helps save time and cuts out miscommunication between the office and the field. We'd love to work with all of you and give you a no obligation demonstration to understand your workflows and see if SimPRO could be a good fit. So feel free to reach out to me direct. My email is stephen.craig@simpro.co.uk.
And joining us now is star of the film, Business Development Manager at SimPRO, Stephen Craig. Hello, Stephen. How are you doing?
I'm good, David. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. Whereabouts are you joining us from today?
I am joining you from a sunny Sunderland today, which is a...
Sorry, sunny Sunderland doesn't compute for some reason.
Well, I can guarantee we are blessed and have been for a little while.
Very pleased to hear it. And you've been blessing us over the last 15 minutes or so with a demonstration, walkthrough, explanation around your SimPRO SaaS platform and some of the benefits. But for anyone who might be joining right now, maybe missed the beginning of the film or just kind of wants to get up to speed very quickly, could you just give us the elevator pitch, please, about SimPRO?
Sure. So SimPRO is a cloud-based, off-the-shelf job management software for trade businesses. Essentially, we want to work with any business that does service, project or maintenance work. And from one piece of software, businesses can manage everything right from their inquiries, managing their quotes, their jobs, all of the nuances with that, the connectivity to the field, and then invoicing and connecting with their accounts platform. So we want to replace all of their Excel spreadsheets, whiteboards, paper, and have it all within one piece of software.
Yeah, digital transformation is that big term that lots of big companies are chucking around at the moment. And it seems as though what you're offering there could be a great opportunity for businesses in this sector to go on that digital transformation journey as well. Your questions have been coming through thick and fast. I can see them on my screen here. If you do have any questions for Stephen, then do type them into the Q&A panel, which I think is somewhere on the top right. I'm pointing top left, but I'm assured it comes out as top right for you watching. So yeah, please do pop in your questions. We've got 15 minutes or so to get through as many of them as we can. And let's kick off with this first one. So unfortunately, I don't get to see your names. Thank you for your question. If you ask this one, how GDPR compliant is SimPRO? Obviously, privacy, security, governance, all that good stuff. We want to make sure that the data you're storing is where it should be and is, being properly managed. Tell me about your GDPR story, Stephen.
Yeah, fully GDPR compliant. All of that is very transparent on the SimPRO website, simpro.co.uk, alongside a whole bunch of other legal information one might want to check out, and all of the info about redundancies and backup and how secure our clients' data is and their clients' data.
Very good. And on that point, a question from me. Obviously, a big chunk of the internet went down, or the World Wide Web, rather, went down yesterday. You mentioned, backup and redundancy. Just tell me about your resilience, your business continuity thing, because, for people in the industry who maybe are used to running systems on-premise, Excel spreadsheets, whatever other bespoke systems they've got on machines that they're sitting in front of, going into the cloud's a bit of a journey for them. So in terms of reassuring them that actually the cloud is a good place for their business to be running from, what would you say? Sure.
Well, I mean, on-site, holding stuff on site has its challenges as well. I mean, all I would say with the cloud is, aside from our redundancies that we've got in place, our SLA, our uptime is 99.995%. We are, I guess, just like an Amazon of the world. We're just like a LinkedIn. We use the same type of platforms that they do. So we're still within that. Nobody is immune to what can happen with the cloud, but we've got solid processes in place to support our clients so business continues as normal.
Good stuff, yes. And like you say, I guess it's a testament to the normal resilience of cloud services that when they go down for an hour, it makes global news. Cool, good stuff. Thank you very much. If that was your question on GDPR, thank you very much indeed. I hope that was helpful. We've got some more questions here, like this one. Can this be integrated with other systems such as Salesforce, for example?
It's a good question. So we have pre-built integration with a bunch of different software, notably big accounting platforms like Sage, Xero, and QuickBooks. We don't have integration with Salesforce. We are listed on Zapier. So through Zapier, we can plug into a bunch of different platforms, and we have a solid API as well. So essentially, if you've got any other platform that has a good API, which Salesforce does, then why not?
Yeah. And Zapier is great. I use Zapier. It's like if this, then that, but kind of like on steroids, and it can connect together lots and lots of different cloud services and do all kinds of automations there if that's the way you want to go down. Thank you very much for your question. I hope that was helpful. Next one, can this be made as a bespoke system?
No. So SimPRO is one of the benefits of using something like SimPRO is that it is a off-the-shelf system which is built on unified workflows to allow businesses to operate in a streamlined and better way. So although the system can be customized, and depending on industry, we will change certain things, but we want businesses to be running off our platform because then they get the benefit from our release cycle and have the full support that sits behind it.
And on that point, and again, this is another part of moving into a cloud service, and it's not as though you're waiting every 12 months for another major release of the software. You have the ability to roll out, quality improvements, performance improvements, new features fairly regularly. So what would you say about your kind of product development life cycle and the updates that your customers can receive regularly when they're connecting to your cloud service?
Yeah, so SimPRO has quite a rapid release cycle, so we do an update on the system every 2 to 3 weeks. I guess what's important to note about that release cycle that we have is that it is predominantly driven by our customer feedback. So every SimPRO customer has access to an ideas portal. If you want something in the system, a new button here or a new report, you can log that idea. The wider SimPRO community will vote on that. And if there's enough appetite, that will be considered for one of those fortnightly releases. So it's imperative from where SimPRO started and where we are now that customers are at the forefront of where this system goes.
And just very quickly, again, for anyone who missed it, that story about where SimPRO came from, headquartered out of Australia now, but very much based in the UK to begin with. Just, give us the 60-second version of that story.
Yeah, so yeah, we are Australian based. However, the guy who started SimPRO is a chap called Steve Bradshaw, who's from Blackpool, built up an electrical contracting business in the UK, sold that business, moved to Australia, started another electrical contracting business, recognised he didn't want to work in the same way as he did in the UK with pen, paper, fragmented processes. So he essentially got a developer to build a little scheduling tool for him, which ended up ballooning into what SimPRO is now. Other friends of his wanted to use it as well. And so as a result, 2 offices in Australia, New Zealand, the US, the UK. So I think it went a bit bigger than Steve probably anticipated.
And the rest is 20 years worth of history. We got another question coming in here, and maybe coming back to some of the privacy security concerns and, part of this thing of being in the cloud. The question is, who has ultimate control over data? Can certain users delete and edit information? So yeah, talk to me about security of the data once it's in the application.
Yeah, that's a really good question. So within the system, any business that use SimPRO are setting up multiple users within their environment, their accounts, their schedulers, whoever it may be. But in the setup of SimPRO, we have security groups, which dictates to a granular level the access that an individual within the business has. So you may have some super users that can do everything in SimPRO. They can see everything, they can manage everything, they could delete everything. Versus somebody who may only need to manage a certain part of the operations, and sensitive info is disabled from them. They can't remove things, they can't touch things. So depending on the structure of the business, they're in full control of who accesses what.
So kind of role-based security then.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Hope that was helpful if that was your question. Keep questions coming in, by the way. We've got another one here. You mentioned field service. Would you say this is your main target industry, or do you specialize in any others? So yeah, just talk to me about the kind of customers in that case that are using it. Are they mainly in that field service arena, or do you find a bit of spread in some other areas able to make use of the service as well?
So we know who we want to work with, and that is predominantly field-based businesses. So that is, as you mentioned, the likes of electrical contractors, plumbing and heating businesses, FM businesses. It's not exclusively those businesses. I've worked with businesses that work in the care sector, and they have people that are out installing or maintaining medical equipment. I've worked with businesses that sell and install gym equipment, and they need to go and maintain that annually. So we're not rigid set on who it is, but we want businesses that are doing projects, or they're doing reactive or service or maintenance work, and that's really where our sweet spot is.
Yeah, know your focus, know your audience, and you're able to better tailor your offer to meet their needs. Thank you very much indeed for your question. Let's see what other questions we've got here. Okay, so can I track my inventory through SimPRO?
Yes, you can indeed. So SimPRO allows you to basically split your inventory, your stock, into multiple different storage devices. That could be a warehouse, the office, van A, van B, van C. Within each of those storage devices, we can set minimum levels, restock levels, so we can be alerted when we need to replenish that stock. And both the office and our field workers can allocate stock to jobs as well, so we can manage what stock we pass to this job for costing purposes, but also to manage that inventory.
Good question, good answer. Thank you very much indeed. What have we got next? Oh, this is an interesting one. So again, back with my fascination about how organizations, businesses will, maybe begin to migrate their operations if they have been on-prem going into a cloud solution. This one kind of plugs into that. I have specific spreadsheets that I've created to manage our products, would I be able to import those into SimPRO?
We always see our biggest competitor is Excel. Because people love their Excel spreadsheets, and some Excel spreadsheets that I've seen are beautiful. But the problem with doing something on an Excel is that it's just within that particular Excel document. It's not talking to anything else. So ideally, what we want is for you to bin those Excel spreadsheets and manage everything within SimPRO. We will look at importing some of the Excel stuff in, like catalogs of materials or your kits or your pre-builds into the system. But we've got a big suite of managing the way that you're building up your quotes, managing your projects and building those up. So we want you to be efficient and do it within SimPRO.
Fair enough. Yes, I like the line, Excel's your biggest competitor. I'm not going to lie. I've got cloud-based accountancy software and all sorts. I've still got my Excel spreadsheets as well that I find it very difficult to let go of. They are that kind of safety blanket for me, but I understand their limitations, and I know I'm going to have to let go one day. Thank you very much indeed for that question. Again, keep the questions coming in the the last 3 or 4 minutes that we've got. Let's pick another one from the list that have come through now. Okay, this is a good one. Thank you very much if this was yours. How long does it normally take a business to learn how to do all of this project management in SimPRO? Again, thinking about those companies who might be thinking it's going to, we're going to spend 6 months kind of going backwards in terms of our productivity while our staff learn this system. What would you say to them?
Yeah, well, again, SimPRO's been around about 20 years. We've got thousands of businesses that run SimPRO, so we've got a really solid implementation process as to how we get SimPRO into a business. Every business goes through an implementation process. They're allocated a consultant. They will work with you to set the system up around your requirements, train you and the team on how to use SimPRO, and ultimately get to your point of go live. It really varies business to business, depending on what you do, the complexities, the size of the business. We like to say that we've got an internal target of making sure that our business is fully live within 90 days.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good stuff. Yes, it's all about, what are they? TTV, time to value, making sure that it's earning you money, that your investment is being returned as quickly as possible after you've switched over to it. Thank you very much indeed, if that was your question. I've got another 2 questions on my slate here. This one is, can you track time that techs are spending on site each day for multi-day projects, and how?
Yeah, absolutely. So through SimPRO Mobile, engineers, operatives will have access to their run sheets or projects that they've been allocated to each day. They can log their time to that project, and that really has 2 benefits. One, that time that is logged and captured will allow you to see a picture as to whether a project is profitable or whether it's costing you money based on what you estimated and what your actual time is. But also, we can collect all of that time as well and run timesheet reports, so we can then use that for payroll purposes as well. My favorite is that first one, though. You may estimate that it's going to take 20 hours. You've got an engineer that's already at 26 hours. That should really be setting some alarm bells going, or help you drive a change within your business as to how you're going to quote going forward. Yeah.
Okay. Final question, I think, in the time that we've got. This one kind of butts onto that last response. With all of the progress billing and invoicing, can SimPRO replace my accounting system?
No, we can't. So we are not accounting software. We will work with your accounting software. Like I mentioned, Sage, QuickBooks, or Xero. We want to do everything everything before your accounts package. So we want to manage all of the quotes, the projects. We even want to invoice those projects as well, whether it's a progress claim or an application or a deposit. But we will do the heavy lifting and funnel that through to your accounts platform. And essentially that accounts platform is then used to balance the books and do your end of years, but SimPRO is your single source of truth. So then you can benefit from your WIP reports and all of the other stuff that you want to get from the system. So we're not replacing it, but we're working very, very closely with the accounts package.
Super. Well, thank you for working very, very closely with us today. It's been really good to chat with you just now, Stephen. Thank you for fielding all kinds of questions from our lovely audience. And thank you for asking lots of lovely questions as well. If you want to find out more about the products that we've just been discussing, then do book a meeting with a SimPRO representative from their exhibitor booth. You can have a chat with Steve and say hello to sunny Sunderland. Otherwise, we will be back tomorrow with lots more product demos, lots more fun conversations and opportunities for you to ask questions. Hope to see you there. But for now,